Practical Podcast. Factual or 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 Practical Podcast. Welcome to the Factual or Practical Podcast with Charlie and Chad. Let's jump on turtles. This podcast is about to begin, but first, we'd like to thank you all for stopping through. Charlie and Chad. Factual or Practical Podcast. 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 Yeah. Welcome back to the Factual or Practical Podcast. I am Jump on Turtles.
I'm Charlie.
And here we are, episode 7, guys. We're still doing this. It's working. It's not working yet, but it's going to work. Sorry you can't see us yet, but that's because we have a special guest. Featuring today, we're going to be having the Cobra on.
Longtime friend of the pod.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch this up to display so they can see everything. And what's going on, dude?
It's good.
Not much. Chilling. What are you guys up to?
Nothing much, man. We got a lot to talk about today.
Cassie Potts.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a lot that's happened since the last podcast, yo.
Yeah.
There's so much shit.
It keeps being like that. Honestly,
This week has been crazy. And every week's crazy, but this week's been super crazy. You know, I really felt like last week things were starting to die down. And then the fucking Corona rebuilds.
Mm-hmm.
Then Trump releases Roger Stone.
Mm-hmm.
Then Ghislaine Maxwell fucking gets arrested. Then Kanye wants to run for president for real.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
A lot. There's a lot to cover, but we're always going to be there to do it, I guess.
We have to. The thing is, we got to stress what the Factual or Practical Podcast is. The thing about our podcast is we want to go look at the major headlines that people are talking about and find the truth inside of it. Mm-hmm. Find the depth. What's the point of them saying this? What's the point of them not saying this part of it?
Right.
Let's find out what's wrong. Why are they always creating a narrative instead of telling us the truth? They always want to build it in some kind of way. So let's try to find that. And thank you, Max, for coming on today, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You want to shout out any of your social media or anything before we start?
Global Man Fitness, number one, day one, A1. So take it how it goes. But other than that, I'll just keep it alive, keep going.
I said your real name. I meant to say Cobra. I'm sorry. It's just like natural.
I got 2 names.
Yo, I've been following you a lot on social media, and lately I haven't seen you that much, but I definitely see you a lot, and you have very polarizing ideas a lot of the time.
Agreed. Sometimes controversial.
I like polarizing ideas because they give me a reason to want to explore it more. I don't like things that are obvious.
My thing now that I actually been doing some thinking on is just I really don't know anything. And
listen,
for me,
I've been talking about this lately a lot.
I like to ask questions, and I feel like that's kind of like part of the problem. Some people have
that's the best thing, man.
Everyone's allowed to ask questions.
Hell yeah. You should not be persecuted for asking a question. And the best thing is to ask questions. Listen, at the end of the day, the people that are asking the questions are the ones that are going to excel at the end. You know that because that's why you're doing it.
We like to ask questions too, that's pretty much it.
That's
nobody
the whole
knows
point.
Everything.
No, and like I've been saying lately a lot is that the thing about humans is we try to convince ourselves that we're not fucking idiots. And the thing is, we're all fucking idiots. If you don't agree with that, that's fine. I don't care. But I know you're an idiot, and I know I'm an idiot. I'm not saying you personally. I'm saying anybody watching right now. I know you're a fucking idiot, and I know I'm a fucking idiot. We should all accept that we're all idiots, and we're all going through life hoping that things work out. Not knowing. We don't know. This hope.
I'm not an idiot, dude. Not sure.
We rely on our parents, but guess what? We're already at the age our parents were. We know what's going to turn out. We know that they didn't know it, but we didn't know that until now. We get older and we realize they didn't know what the fuck was going on either. They were just as lost as we are. Everyone's lost.
Yep.
I think the more, I think higher conscious we have, and kind of like the more people understanding of it, the better it is. I think the problem is a lot of the time the nice people usually get screwed over, and where the smart people, nice people don't speak enough, they're not getting stuff.
Well, this is the
So I
thing,
think
man.
it's
I've
kind
been
of
saying
like,
this a lot, and everything we've been talking about is the thing is, if you're smart, you're probably not agreeing with either side fully. So if you say something that agrees with one side, you're automatically assumed to be that side. Then the next day you say something to agree with the other side. Well, guess what? Whenever Donald Trump first got elected, I was fucking in the street protesting too. But then a year or two into it, I realized, you know what? There's a couple things that I actually like that he did. There's things I like and there's things I dislike. If I can't admit the things I like, then I'm not doing anybody a service, especially the human race.
but I guess my thing, I got a few criticism. I guess I always saw almost like a business. I could see a business, and some people what brought to my attention, America is a business, whether it is or not. So, and a point for me, and sometimes I get bashed on it, but Trump can't be balled out. So I guess I'm optimistic. Maybe I have a true heart on it. Like
Well, yeah,
if he
that's the
can't be
problem
balled
with the
out, I
business
feel
mindset.
that's actually a good thing. But there's also sides of I see it's like it's unreal. I don't know. I don't think he's dumb as he looks. That's for sure.
Well, I think the thing is, like you said, like whenever you come into a something business minded, it seems good because America is and always has been a business. But at the end of the day, somebody that's business minded is always susceptible to being bought out, being coerced by money. So uh, that is the biggest fault. And anytime when there's a hole in the fucking loop, we're gonna put our finger in it. We don't want to see any of that weakness, you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and
you're right.
the chance that you can be bought out is already a problem. Like I said, I'm not a Donald Trump supporter. I'm not anybody's supporter right now. There's nobody I support right now.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
But my thing, and again, like I'm almost at the point where I really should just stay out. Just don't say my mouth. Just look pretty as I do, and just don't say shit.
And listen, that's
But
how everybody feels.
I feel like there it has to be on a much global stage, and you talk theories or whatever about the global elitists and stuff. So I feel like you can't just blame the president. There's probably a lot going on in underworks that no one knows about, and I would say whoever's that global elite, that 1%, whatever we talk about, those are people calling the shots.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, at the end of the day,
I'll be right back.
we can't get to that point, you know? There's no way we can reach that influence. No matter, but the thing is, people that have the power already are there. People that are these influencers that are controlling the way we think. The people that we watch on YouTube, the people that we watch on Facebook or whatever, Instagram, whatever the fuck else, those guys do have the power, and we might as well try to get there. We might as well try to get to our point and fight to be among those people.
I don't know, but
Until then though, we'll have to explain ourselves a lot, you know, and that's part of the game, man.
I have just a fucked up theory if we just play kickball, and just play a little kickball food square, have a little
Yeah.
barbecue,
Well, the
and
thing
just
is, if you treat it like that, if you treat life like having good sportsmanship, it'll all work out very well. But the thing is, everybody doesn't have good sportsmanship.
Yeah.
well, I guess if you're going by Bible, you got the Cain and Abel, whatever. The evil's just is just I
The
think in
evil's
us.
inevitable. Yeah, you can't get
And
away from it.
But I feel
when we
like you
talk about
can, like,
education, no one talks about jealousy. No one talks about like all
No,
that
you know
kind
what
of
no one
stuff.
talks about? You're right. No one talks about jealousy. But you know the big thing no one talks about that is the biggest thing in the Bible. And I'm not a religious person, but I do follow and believe in the ideals of the Bible. Uh, pride. Pride is one of the seven deadly
Mhm.
sins. But no one understands. The biggest problem with our president right now is pride.
Yeah,
His
among
biggest fault
everybody.
is pride. And everybody else as well.
Yeah.
All of our biggest problems are pride. But we think it's a good thing. We're taught in school that pride and spirit are good. Spirit's good. Pride is not.
Yeah, because I think pride, what it does is it keeps you in your spot, and like you're not gonna reach across the aisle as much because you know you're right already. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly. You're never going to accept being wrong if you have too much pride.
So
Now, if you have spirit,
I
that's
can
built
see
on
that being a
faith.
problem. Now, I'm probably gonna get some bash on this. I'm just gonna go completely other side here, just on a perspective. let's
anything,
say
man.
you have Trump battling against, what they say, the fake news or whatever. So to me, it's almost like it's that Conor McGregor, like Floyd Mayweather talk.
Yeah,
And I feel like he wants his respect or whatever it is we
yeah,
say he's not getting it. So that type of pride, I could see it being totally like a deadly sin in that sense.
yeah. I
So
mean,
I
like if
think
you look at it like that,
it's
man.
almost like a trash talk. It's WWE type shit right here, presidential.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And where was Trump at first? But the thing about us is we very much agree with the idea of fake news. We think all the news is fake, including Fox, including CNN, including NBC. Any of this news you're watching is fake, and that's our point, is to come in and try to weed out the fake parts and the real parts. Is
Okay,
it factual or is it practical?
I don't know.
That's the point. We got to look at each thing and ask that question. So let's go some
All right.
topics. What do you want to start with?
We could go. All right. So how about we'll start with Roger Stone.
Roger Stone.
So
All right,
Roger
'cause
Stone got his sentence committed.
Okay, before you go into this, tell us who
Commuted.
Roger Stone is.
All right. So Roger Stone, he was part of, I believe it was Black Manafort and Stone. It was like a political consulting agency that went back all the way like to the 80s. Before that, he was working with Richard Nixon. He was kind of a lobbyist, like a prodigy, campaign manager prodigy. And when Nixon went away, he kind of made it his personal business to keep that Nixon spirit going.
The Nixon mindset, the Nixon way of
So
running.
let me ask you this from like an uneducated point. Why was he in jail in the first place?
Well, because
Good question.
this whole Russiagate thing, he was apparently, allegedly, well, I guess not allegedly because he got caught for it. He was impeding the investigation from the FBI. So he was like, sending them on a runaround and stopping them from getting like crucial things that they were looking at. So he got caught up on conspiracy charges, I think.
So that's pretty serious shit then.
Yeah. So he was doing he was going to do a 40-month term. So that's like
3 years.
yeah,
3 years
almost
and 4 months.
And
So that's
Yeah.
obviously a political power figure in that sense with a lot of knowledge. So,
Well, apparently there's also a Netflix documentary about this, but he's been manipulating politics for generations.
yeah, he was pretty much like one of the first people to really get money into politics, like lobbying and all that stuff.
He was pretty much building it so that money could control politics. He
Yeah.
kind of established this idea.
Yep. And like Manafort, he's still in jail right now for doing pretty much the same thing. So I mean, Stone, I think he's behind a lot of things like Q. I don't know if you heard of QAnon. Yeah.
I think
so
I
a lot,
heard something about it. No,
there's like
I
a
don't
big following. Apparently, Q is some FBI agent that's working behind the
Gotcha.
scenes, double agent, like sending
Okay,
all these
gotcha.
cryptic messages to everybody about, how they're, I don't know, stopping the global pedophile ring or something, and a lot of it is very abstract and like
It seems
it's kind of like they're making
especially
up
the whole
along the way. You know what I mean?
heard could that whole pedophile thing seems like it's not really talked about,
And-
but seems like that should be one of the things that really should be addressed.
They're really
Yeah.
pushing that behind with some Will Smith and Jada Smith things. Okay,
So
let's
it's
hide
almost
this.
like a distraction, pop culture type shit. Like, all right, let me distract you with this.
People that you love. Let's implicate one of the most fucking well-respected human beings, Will Smith, in the world of being done dirty by his wife. One of the most perfect people. How could such a perfect person's wife do them dirty? You know what I mean?
And I'm following up on the pop culture, but I thought they had an open relationship in the first.
Well, that is the thing they've been pushing, And in the interview, if you watch we'll get to that in a second. Let's keep the Roger Stone, but
Exactly.
we'll jump to that.
distracted, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see. Oh yeah, so he was denounced for overzealous by. He was denounced by, I guess, the investigators, and then Trump said, overzealous prosecutors were going on process-based charges stemming from witch hunts and a Russia hoax investigation, and that was his justification for commuting his sentence. So he's out of jail now. Which I mean that all falls on Trump. I'm not exactly sure how that process goes.
That was his
he
boy. Roger
there you
Stone.
go.
Roger Stone inspired Trump to run for office.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
at the end of the day,
he's been doing that for a while. Trump was like, "Nah, not yet," and then finally came time. And,
okay. Another thing I want to say about Trump, though, and I always argue this with people. Oh, he's a business guy. He doesn't know politics. But I'm gonna tell you one fucking thing, bro. Since the '80s, you can go back and watch interviews. Trump has been studying politics for a long time, longer than I've been alive. He's been studying politics. So I'm not going to defend him as a good president, but I am going to say he's not unfit to be president with his own knowledge. You know, he has the knowledge for it.
Yeah, and I feel like
that's where I think I give him a lot of slack, and I always give him a chance.
I don't think he's a dumb person. I don't think he's dumb. He's clearly conscious of what he's doing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's intelligent design to every move. Every move's a chess move, you know.
I don't even want to say it.
But like I said, I don't support him. I wouldn't vote for him. But I wouldn't tell somebody not to vote for him. It's not my place to tell anybody where to vote. It's not my place to tell you what I fucking think either. There's nobody I would vote for right now. I just know that.
What about The Rock, Dwayne Johnson?
Well, that wouldn't be this election, right?
I don't know.
I'd have to look into his policies and stuff, but that I wouldn't be opposed to it. I would look at it. If Jesse Ventura ran tomorrow, I would vote for him.
Yeah.
If Bernie Sanders got the nomination that he was robbed of twice now, I would vote for him. Even though I don't agree with a lot of Bernie stuff, I would still vote for him because a lot of the shit that people don't agree with isn't going to make it through anyway. You know, you only get so much through as a president.
Yeah, and I think everybody's going to be working against him anyways.
Yeah.
Because even the Democratic establishment is working against him, and he's brought them together a lot, like how Trump has.
Look at industry plant Andrew Yang. Well, we'll say political plant Andrew Yang, man. Right when he had a fucking chance, he jumped the fuck off ship. He had a fucking hot streak going. He was going hard, and he still jumped ship to support Biden. You can't tell me that the Democrats ain't set you up. You worked for Obama.
Biden, clearly is like...
Biden's a fucking idiot.
But it just doesn't make sense.
If you're going to vote for Biden... I probably believe that you're going to vote for Hillary, too, because you're a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. And if you're going to vote for Trump, I can't say you're a fucking idiot, because he's kind of smart and slick, you know? But I can't put faith into Biden. I don't want him being my leader. I don't want Trump being my leader. I don't want Hillary being my leader. I'd rather have Bernie, because everybody loves Bernie. Who doesn't love Bernie? You know?
He's technically not even the topic right now. So it's really like Trump, Kanye West.
Exactly. Let's go to Kanye. Let's go to Kanye now. We can segue.
I'm gonna say that.
So Kanye says he's running. The big theory is that he's sabotaging the Democrats because he would run as a Democrat. But anyway, the thing about Kanye running is that places have already voted. You can't run in a lot of places, and there's already a time limit on the ballot, so you can't get on the ballot in even more places than the places that already voted.
Yeah, you have to qualify in the primaries, and he definitely hasn't gotten there. He was really late on that.
Bro, Jill Stein wasn't on all the ballots last fucking voting, and she was popping. Yeah. Jill Stein
Didn't it, like, Elon Musk, I know it's probably just like some talk or some attention, didn't Elon Musk somewhat like support or give Kanye the go or some advice on that?
I think that he doesn't, okay, Elon Musk is a meme artist. He loves the meme. Yeah. This is a tweet from Elon Musk, it's the exact quote. It's not exact, it's close. The man who controls the meme controls the world. And he knows this. Guess what? Elon Musk made $5 billion today and is now the 7th richest man in the world.
That's crazy.
You want to know why he made $5 billion?
Sure.
I don't even know. I didn't do the research, but I'm going to tell you why. Because he built a fucking spaceship and the government wants him to send up their fucking supplies instead of them wasting money on it. Duh.
Yeah.
They said, okay, here's a contract, $5 billion. You keep bringing us shit in outer space, and we don't got to send our fucking $10 billion fucking vessels up there. You know what I mean? That's a genius move. I'm gonna send you supplies in outer space. No one else is doing that. There's a guy in China, a billionaire in China, that's trying to start his own thing like Elon Musk. But Elon already has it. We got it. Like, we're not gonna go pay the Chinese guy to do it. Especially Trump's not gonna pay him.
Yeah.
Because he's a fucking he might think he has a virus or something. China virus.
Yeah. But, I mean, I feel like Trump's relationship with China is kind of like double-edged. Like,
Well, okay,
he
how about
plays a
this?
heel.
How about this? China and Iran are very close to coming to a war deal, an agreement, a treaty, a war treaty to be allies if something happens.
Well,
How about that? How about no one's talking about that?
much respect to Iran. I mean, they're getting shut down in every single...
Okay, who's Iran's biggest enemy?
The U.S.
Okay, who everybody's scared of in the U.S.?
I don't
If
know.
you want to go to war with one country, what country would you choose not to go to war with?
China?
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do the math. Iran, China, coming together.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. That's good for Iran because they're going to
It's
have...
fucking good for Iran, but like the fact that China's plotting with them, they're mad at us, bro.
Sure, but also I think they're mad at us for a good reason because
But you know-
we have shut down Iran at every single turn saying that they can't use nuclear power.
They shouldn't.
I mean, why not?
I mean, no one should be. No one should be using
Yeah,
nuclear
but if
power.
US has thousands and thousands of nukes.
No, but we're not throwing them out either.
Yeah, we still have them.
Yeah, I know, but we're also part of the UN. Is Iran?
I mean, they've been shut down at every corner. They're getting sanctions put
I'm
on
saying,
them.
are they part of the UN?
I don't know.
The reason that America is allowed is because they're part of the UN. The UN is an agreement of a giant fucking contract among huge countries.
But the US doesn't follow a lot of the UN guidelines.
No,
anyway.
the US shouldn't be part of the UN, if you ask me, actually. But what I'm saying is, the reason no one's asking us questions is because we are part of them. It's like joining the Illuminati of the world. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
no, I understand why, but I don't think it's right. We shouldn't be telling Iran what to do. Especially when we are going over there trying
Well,
to get
nah,
their
I
oil.
agree. I agree it's not our place to say it, but I do also agree that no one should have nukes. No one, not even us, should have nukes. But I'm saying no one should definitely be using nukes like that.
I mean,
That's not allowed.
the way I see it is like, look at North Korea, right? The only reason they're still around is because they have them. And they're like, yo, we can use this. That's the only reason that the U.S. isn't constantly at
No,
war
the
with
reason that they're not constantly at war with North Korea is because they have the nukes and they say that we will use them, but it's really because Russia is secretly supporting North Korea.
I mean,
If we have a problem with North Korea, we've already seen this in the past. It's history. We've actually been taught this in our history books. Who knows if it's true? But
right.
we've had problems with North Korea, and Russia stepped in like, yo, you ain't fucking with them. But guess what? Also, Russia won't go to war with us. Now, another thing. A lot of Republicans I talk to say, yo, China will never have a problem with the U.S. They will always remember what we did for them whenever Japan attacked them. And Japan almost took over China. I don't know if people know this. If you've ever seen the what was the movie with Donnie Yang? He's the
Ip Man.
Ip Man. If you've ever seen Ip Man, Ip Man has that story. China is almost taken over by Japan, and Ip Man saves it. But you know, in real life, America comes and protects China from Japan. That is also why Japan already had a problem with us, and later on they decided, oh, we're gonna bomb Pearl Harbor because they said, yo, you stopped us from taking over the fucking biggest country in the world.
Yeah.
So Japan had a problem. We're one of the smallest countries in the world, and you fucking stopped us from having a real presence among the real countries. So now we got a problem. Russia has a problem. North Korea has a problem. Okay, we're gonna prove that we're gangster. We're gonna prove our gangster and drop a couple bombs on your ass. It's not that far. We're only right over the ocean.
Yeah.
So now, what people think is that China will never do us dirty because they owe us, and I don't believe that. Anyway, dude, go ahead.
Are we?
We're live.
We're
Yeah,
back on.
we're back
All
on.
right. Since we're not, but
You gotta look up the page though.
all right. Well, anyway, did you hear about the bounties being put on U.S. soldiers?
That I don't know. I feel like I heard something like that, but that I don't know. But I'm not surprised.
I didn't hear
at this
about it
point.
either.
So
I think it's
apparently,
kind of fucked up then.
yeah, I mean, Vladimir Putin has been putting bounties on U.S. soldiers.
What's the bounty? What's the price?
I don't know, but apparently he's been putting them on, and Trump's known about this.
Do we have evidence of it?
I don't know. I mean,
No,
a
I'm
lot
not
of
saying.
it-
I'm not saying it to disprove it. I'm just asking.
No. I mean, it's like anonymous sources, I guess, from New York
Okay.
Times or whatever. So who knows? It
New
might
York
just be
Times,
something.
though. You said New York Times. That's
Yeah.
enough. You can't do that. We can't take New York Times serious. That's one of the worst.
I mean,
One of the worst.
Is it?
It is. It's one of the most diluted and lying ass fucking media sources.
Well, I'll agree there.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Guys, we don't watch the fucking New York Times. We don't watch CNN. We don't watch NBC. We don't watch Fox. What we do is we listen to the people and then we look for the information behind the things they're saying. That's what we like to do. What do you think, dude?
About what?
About the
Bounty?
bounties? Yeah.
You think it's
It
possible?
wouldn't surprise me. And again, like I've been trying to do a little soul searching. Honestly, I just don't know jack shit. And how would I really ever know, or how would anyone?
Well,
really
do you
know?
think that it's a
But that wouldn't
there's some
surprise
kind?
me.
It wouldn't surprise me either. That's what I'm saying.
And also, like, yeah, it's war. Like, you know, obviously we're not real chummy with them. Like, that's not something that surprises me. You know,
Nah, but but at the same time,
like it's
Russia
obvious.
can't exist without America, and America can't exist without Russia. That is why we never went to war. That's why it was a Cold War. It was a fake fucking war to scare people, and at the end of the day, we will never attack each other, bro. If we nuke them, they nuke us. And
Yeah.
guess what? The world's done. There's no more world after that. It falls
Yeah.
apart. A couple people live, but it's Book of Eli. That's what happens.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, you know, it's always going to be like a stalemate.
Are you still there, dude? I think he's still here volume-wise. I think his audio is still here. Your audio still here?
Hmm.
Well,
Having some technical difficulties.
yeah, there's a lot of technical difficulties, but we'll work this out, guys. Thank you, everyone that's sticking around. So, about the Ghislaine Maxwell stuff.
Yeah.
So she gets arrested.
Hmm.
Then all these things come out saying that she's bigger than Epstein. She has a bigger pool in this whole thing than Epstein ever did. She was actually Epstein kind of worked for her. He was kind of her underling.
I mean, maybe she came from a very interesting background. Her father, Robert Maxwell, was an OSS agent. Or no, was he? I don't know. He was some kind of secret, you know, security agent.
I think his phone's just dead, bro.
Yeah. I mean, the
Um,
overheating.
Let's go back here, and we're gonna stop the stream just to get our video back.
Mhm.
So yeah, Ghislaine Maxwell.
Right. So yeah, like we were saying, she came from a pretty prominent background. Her father, Robert Maxwell, was like a huge British media like magnate, like a tycoon. Allegedly, he after World War II, he got all of Germany's secrets and sold them to like the U.S. and like pretty
he-
much around the world, and that's where he got all his money to become this big media guy.
So wait.
And he
After
was
World
also-
War II,
Yeah,
so like Einstein times, right?
yeah. He was young then though. Like he was a
super
poor guy
young.
from Czechoslovakia. I think he was.
So he did a lot of business in the Northeast. After becoming big, he tried to come to the Northeast. If he's doing German fucking infiltration, bringing Germans over here after World War II.
Well, no, I mean he was selling their information that they got. He got all their
he sells
information.
the information, and then the government uses that information against them to coerce them to come to work for us. That's
Yeah.
what happens.
Well, I think it's just like all the scientific stuff that they found too.
But still, either way, you still get information. If you're saying you're selling information, you're not selling things that aren't blackmail. There's blackmail involved.
Oh yeah, well that's a whole nother thing. Yeah. I mean, apparently he was a spy. He worked for the OSS. You know.
Who's the fucking FBI dude? J. Edgar.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what he was known for. So I mean,
And that's
at this time people know information's worth money,
yeah. And he was working for.
and the FBI been working already by then.
Well, I don't think they were the FBI at that point. They were something else. But
So there's no J. Edgar yet. There is.
I don't think he was like up in the ranks yet.
Okay, so he was he was real young when he took over and did his thing. But anyway,
but he became like a huge, I mean, he controlled the media over there for a while.
Yeah,
and he.
So what you think? What the idea is that she is taking that power that he had. It's been passed on to her, and she used that to infiltrate media over here.
Well, I don't want to go
through Jeff Epstein's, Trump's, and Ellen's, and Jay-Z's, and whoever else you want to implicate. I don't know, but I'm just saying there's all kinds of people put into this situation. Will Smith and
there's a common theme that allegedly other people talked about. This is not something that we are saying is a fact, of course, because we don't want to go out and say
no.
right
This is
out.
what's being said.
Yeah, this is just what's being said. This is not what we are saying. We're talking about what other people are saying. But apparently, all of this Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell stuff is blackmail that the Israeli state uses. They take all of this stuff from celebrities and politicians and they use it to
the Israelis.
Yeah.
So the Jews.
Well, I'm not going to say all the Jews.
No. I know. Of course, the same reason that I won't say all white people are racist, right? So it's like, I'm not going to say all the Jews, but that's what I'm saying.
Israel.
Exactly, I agree. I'm just saying it like that. This is where the Jewish stigma comes from. This is where that Jewish conspiracy theory comes. Now these all fucking are starting to fold into each other. Look. So
okay, yeah. I mean,
this is my point. I'm not saying the Jews. I'm okay. You know how I am. I'm very particular with what I say.
Yeah, no,
but it's like
ironic.
Yeah, it's the irony of it. So the idea that Jews control the media, right? The Jews control.
And that was our first episode talking about how
the Jewish uprising.
Yeah.
That was literally the name of the first fucking episode, and it was it was totally joking.
Yeah. It was debunking.
And that episode's lost. No one can see it.
Yeah.
So no one even knows that that's the name of the episode.
Who knows why? We're not sure. It didn't go through. Maybe someone's out there making sure that stuff doesn't get out.
No, it was actually my fault.
Yeah, no, it's technical.
We know, yeah, we know what happened.
Just gotta throw a little air of mystery,
little dark mysticism into it,
Yeah.
But so I mean, things are fucking showing crazy, which leads into Mayfair. So like, if you're talking about Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein,
that's Wayfair.
Wayfair. I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
So Wayfair, which oh my God, it's crazy, bro. Like now, if you're talking about Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein, and then you go to Wayfair, it's the same fucking thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the difference between what they were doing and what Wayfair is doing? Okay, we got them.
It's like still on this for some reason.
Just gotta reload it. Yo, dude.
Yo, my bad, man. I'm fucking this up.
Yeah, we'll just do audio. We just kept going, and we were hoping you would call us back. We'll just do audio for now, if that's cool with you.
That's straight. I just don't know what my phone's
from overheating.
Yeah.
All right, so we were talking about Ghislaine Maxwell and how apparently her father had a very big pool in England, and how this all leads into Israel using these secrets to control the media and other people in the media. Which brings us to our first episode we ever did, which was called The Jewish Uprising, which was a joke about how people say the Jews were evil. Now, listen. This is why I always say, you can't listen to your history books when they say, and this hot fucking take right here, whenever you're reading your history books, you can't fucking take that shit for fact. It's just like reading a CNN article or a fucking New York Times article. Because
I agree with that.
Because they write the book for your country.
Yeah.
What do you think Germany says? Maybe Hitler was their fucking hero still. And Hitler was trying to take out all Jews, but that was extreme. Maybe he was just really mad at the same Jews that are controlling the media now.
Well, they didn't even have. I mean, that's.
It might be the same group, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So when they say all these things, it might be a whole fucking mental fucking mind fuck. Maybe Hitler had the right ideas, but had the wrong actions. A Malcolm X type figure, less than of a Stalin or a fucking Vladimir the Impaler type figure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, maybe that is really the character of Malcolm X. He was trying to do the right thing to get rid of these people that were evil, but he was targeting every person that is related to them, and every person that has anything to do with them by using religion as the basis. Because we can't say Jews are the problem. I know mad cool Jewish people. I know mad cool every type of person you can meet.
And they're not all going to a meeting every year and being like, all
Not
right, this
every
is what
person,
we gotta do.
but there might
as
be
Jewish people.
might be a group of Jewish people that are doing that, and
Yeah.
that's maybe why he said, "I'm gonna kill them all."
Yeah.
And that's not right. That's wrong. But that's the idea Malcolm X had too. Was anybody that's not with us is against us.
Yeah. I mean, there's a.
I'm not defending Hitler,
Those
just
are
like I don't
different.
defend Trump. But what I'm saying is, these are kind of the ideas that we need to think about, to be
Yeah.
open-minded.
Yeah, and like honestly, yeah. I mean, it's something, and the thing is, you can get a lot of flack for criticizing the state of Israel, and that's like something that I don't think is right. I'm not someone that's like, I don't know, like I believe in free speech and stuff, and I believe that I'm not anti-Semitic, but like there is a distinction between what the state does and what the people do.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the really big
Well-
thing that you gotta understand. Like you can't just blame all of a religion or a people because that's the state is the one that may be allegedly, as people were talking about, um, making problems. I mean, you look at Palestine and you look at how they've been abused, and ever since World War II, they just kind of, the world was like, oh yeah, we're gonna just give these guys a country,
Yeah.
and we're just gonna put it right in the middle of this country,
But,
and then it slowly eroded.
No,
over time.
but listen, we're gonna give these guys a country under the guise of it's because their religion says that that's their country.
Yeah.
And really, everyone's fucking religion says that's their country. Because
Yeah.
Jewish, Christian, Hebrew all have shrines there, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's every fucking religion's country
Yeah, and-
because
and
all religions
Islam.
come from the same thing. The ideals of what these Bibles and Qurans and Old Testaments say,
Talmuds are.
they all are derived from the same writings. They all know the same stories.
Yeah, the
It's just the
Abrahamic
different ones
religions.
that they choose to accept, bro. And all those stories come from the ancient Egyptians, Sumerians, the Mayans. These guys all had them same stories. They just had different characters. Instead of Jesus, you had Osiris. Instead of, whoever replace it, Zeus, you had fucking, what's the Roman one? Jupiter. It's like anything like that. They're the same stories that are rewritten. Now listen, the Jesus is based on Pisces, the fish, right? The two fish. Pisces is the time period we live in because our Earth is centered on that constellation. It aims at that constellation. Every 2,160 years, our Earth shifts. And guess what? We're very close to that 2,160 years. Jesus was born right about when Pisces happened, and that's why the astronomy of it, they followed the North Star to see Jesus. They're following the changing of astronomy of the Pisces into the Pisces term of we're Earth. And next we're going to Aquarius. 2,160, if 0 is the right year of Jesus' birth, would be no, but these are stories. Jesus isn't real. Jesus is a character to tell the message, right? So it's not about who the people are in the story. It's about what the story is telling you.
Yeah.
And that's why I say I believe in things in the Bible. I follow like the ideals of the Bible, but I don't believe in the Bible. I'm not a religious person because the way the Bible is written is to teach you things, secrets of the world. It's about astronomy. It's about these distinctive things that it doesn't tell you it directly. It's like listening to a Grateful Dead song. She pays my tickets when I speed. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But a book version of reality instead of like some catchy shit,
Yeah.
What do you think about that, dude? Cobra?
Well, I'm not going to go against it. Again, I'm doing a lot of listening.
Yeah, but I mean, like, let us know what you think, dude. This podcast is not about persecution.
Yeah, I know. I'm more spiritual in a sense, but whatever reason, I can't explain it, but I do believe Jesus Christ. And some people may say he was just a regular person. You know, he might not be the Son of God, whatever. But for me, I'm starting to have more belief that religion's a form of power, form of control.
It is,
And,
yeah.
I've
And
heard that too.
we'll organize religion, and we were talking about this yesterday too. Let me drop some knowledge on you real quick. The word religion. Okay, first let's start with the word homosexual in the Bible is translated from a word that means pedophile. So whenever they transferred the word pedophile into the New English that we read now, they changed it to homosexual.
And I'm sure there was a
So
reason
that's
for that.
why God isn't against gay people. Anyway, let's skip that and now let's go to the word religion. The word religion, when transferred from the original text that it was written in, guess what that word meant?
I have no idea.
Not practice.
But for whatever reason, I just have
It means faith. If you say not
But
practice, it means faith. It means you don't have to know it to believe it. You have to put your faith into it. And that means you don't have to put money into it. You don't have to put, it's not to be practiced, it's to be known. If you know you are doing the right thing, you don't have to prove it to anybody. Is the point of faith. That's what faith means.
Gotcha. Heard.
So what do you think about that now? So I believe, like I said, I believe in Jesus too. I think Jesus, I'm not saying Jesus wasn't real. What I'm saying is Jesus as a symbol, it was written in a way to explain a story to you. It's not telling you about Jesus. It's telling you about the right and wrong things to do in life.
Gotcha.
It doesn't matter Jesus, and he tells you
More
that.
like the
He tells you
it's more
that,
the
right?
principle. And just me personally, just my view of it, I feel like heaven or hell, whatever. To me, it's a mindset of you live in heaven on earth. To me, like this earth right here is that this is heaven on earth right here. So this is
Well,
divine.
heaven and hell
This,
are representations of karma, so negative and
this,
positive energy.
this,
Heaven is
this is
positive
the
energy and hell is negative energy. If you're giving yourself negative energy, you are giving yourself hell. If you're giving yourself positive energy, you're giving yourself bliss, heaven. So you
I
feed
agree.
yourself what you want.
I agree, but I'm saying just as far as like cures and stuff like this, we got our whole shit backwards. We got our whole history backwards. We don't even know our history. Our history's been deleted or erased or
Well,
burned.
it's rewritten for us, bro. That's what I'm talking about. They
Yeah.
rewrite these religions to show you a whole different idea, you know?
Yeah, it's done for ulterior motive. It's a way to control a narrative, you know. And yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, I don't know. To me, I'm not a religious person, like at all. But I was raised a Christian, and like,
Yeah. Well,
I,
that
I,
feeds that.
I,
That feeds you to not be religious.
right, exactly. But I did like, I kind of studied like Jesus and how he lived, and I'm like, there's not really anything wrong with that.
The
I
thing
think
that Jesus
I would model, you know,
Well,
that's
the
like a
thing that
model.
Jesus taught you was that you are
Yo, Jesus
Jesus,
is
right?
Jesus.
You are Jesus.
Yeah.
Whether you can equate to him or not, the point of Jesus was that we are all the thing about God is God even tells you in the Bible, I think it's like on the first fucking page, is that God is everything, right?
It's the mission. So in the
Wait.
fact
God is
that
everything,
I,
right? So if God
so
is
I can see
everything,
where you're saying
I am
you're
part of
God.
everything. I am God. You are God too. We create. We are our manifestations create what exists. I mean, at the end of the day, manifestation it all turns into each other, folds in, and proves each other true.
It's all energy, really.
It's all energy. It's all about positive and negative energy. Positive energy, bro. We just had this fucking. Last night we had a big talk, and it was like 4 hours long. We were up to like 5 in the morning, and we were like, "Yo, we should have just podcasted this whole thing
Yeah.
because it was so good and it was dank."
Probably should have.
But
Late
it's
night
exactly
thoughts.
what we're folding into now. It's like everything is energy. It's positive or negative. And if you don't want the positive, all you're gonna have is negative. And if you don't want the negative, you can only find positive. If you look for positive, all you'll find is it. That's it.
I do believe in, and that's why, like I said, I'm spiritual. Even for the power of prayer, like I'm all for it, 'cause I still feel like
That's manifestation, though, bro.
yeah,
Prayer
manifesting like the
prayer is
laws
you
of
manifesting it. It's you putting it into your mind and building it up into reality. So I don't disagree with prayer.
I mean, well, do you think there's a difference between meditation and prayer?
I honestly think they're similar.
They
I
are
just
similar, but I think there's a big difference. I think
I think
meditation
some people
is
might think
beyond
meditation.
prayer.
Yeah, but I think it's prayer is meditation. Like meditation.
Well,
Like, I
when you
don't think you have to be
understand
in a
that you're
true. I
praying
don't
to
think you have to be in
yourself,
a true
when you
place to.
understand that you're praying to yourself because you are God, we are all God, then you will understand that meditation is the advanced form of that because you're skipping this imaginary middleman.
Yes, dude.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't mean to be. I'm not trying to be deep. I'm just saying this is like the realizations that I've come to. And I don't meditate. I don't pray. I have prayed. I used to pray a lot. I used to pray when I didn't believe in God. I used to pray, and that was really what always kept me open minded. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really tough because even like I think we're all open minded that we kind of get it like that, but you have someone with traditional
The thing is,
values.
bro. The thing is, the media is trying to make you think no one else is open minded, but really, most people are open minded. There's only a few people talking. You know how many people are in the world? 7.666 billion. So there's how many people like to tweet? 3,000? Wait, 3 million? 3 million, that's not even 1% of the world.
Yeah, and like, I don't know. It's kind of like the same way of like voters, right? The biggest voting population is the undecided or non-voter. Like the minority of people in the U.S. at least are the ones who vote. There's more people that don't even fuck with it because they don't know what to believe or they think it's all bullshit.
Or yeah, they don't agree with either side enough to choose that I want
Yeah,
them as my fucking leader. And that's because they keep screwing the people that we believe in.
and I think that's
And
like kind of in the
Bernie
same vein.
Bernie Sanders is a good example, but he's also not the fucking prime candidate in my mind. You know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah,
also, but he is the best example we've ever had in my lifetime. That's all I say about that. And like when Bernie Sanders got screwed, I thought Jill Stein was gonna be fucking awesome, and that was because I was so hurt by the fact that we got screwed, and everybody knew we got screwed, and they still let it happen. That I was ready to just pick anybody that wasn't the person that would fucking help screw him, you know. And Jill Stein, after Trump got elected and the way she acted, proved to me that I would have been very wrong if I actually went out and voted for her. So that made me feel like maybe I shouldn't ever fucking vote. And that I think a lot of people are getting that feeling of what's even the point of going out and voting anymore? And that's
Yeah.
where there's a bigger percentage of non-voters than voters, and they actually control it. We have to vote. We have to reach out and say, "Yo, we care." Whether you're a libertarian, which is most of the a big percentage of the non-voters, or you're uh, pseudo-liberal. You know, I'm gonna say pseudo-liberal because I consider anybody that calls himself a liberal extremist, extreme liberal. So if you're a pseudo-liberal or a libertarian, I feel like that takes up the people that don't want to say anything because they don't want to be aligned with either side of this.
I don't know, bro.
I consider myself a libertarian, a true libertarian, not a
For
Steven
me,
Crowder libertarian. Not oh, if you're a libertarian, you really don't give a fuck. As long as it's not fucking with what I'm doing, I don't give a fuck. You know, I just want to be free. It's anarchy with rules just to make sure that anarchy is safe. You know.
yeah, just bring it back just from my point. Like again, like I don't post. I've been getting a lot of criticism and stuff like that. And I get like people died for the right to vote, and we should have the right to vote. I personally have charges. Like for me, something so stupid, so basic. Like I just want a place where my freedom is not going to get jeopardized from smoking a joint. But
Bro,
I
you just
can't.
want to be able to chill and do what you want without being bothered and not bothering people around you, right?
I'm not trying to bother anyone else. I'm trying to not lose my
You don't want to
freedom.
bother anybody and you don't want to be bothered.
But
Correct?
who am I going to vote for? And I
But
feel
that's
like,
what a
yo,
libertarian is. That's the same thing
how
as
are we
me.
going to be a country united, but we're going to have like Colorado? You're allowed, it's decriminalized or whatever. Like you're allowed to smoke there, but at the same time, we're getting motherfuckers penalized in the hardcore on the East Coast, and how like to me, it's just so fucking stupid like that.
It's all
Why
stupid,
does my
bro.
vote matter when I don't have a choice in the first place?
If I'm doing something that doesn't hurt you, it's like tobacco. If I'm doing something that doesn't hurt you, it should not be a problem. The only reason weed or something like that's a problem is because they're not getting their cut. So
Well,
that's why it's a problem.
I think a lot
Or
of it,
drugs. I think all drugs should be legal. Fuck it.
yeah, a lot of it has to do with the war on drugs. Like,
I need a beer. I'll be right back.
Just trying to incriminate people for doing something that's going to change their mindset a little bit, so they're not falling into the same thing, not the same programming, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the part because yeah, I totally agree. But then you're gonna have, let's say, like people like my mom's age or something. But that's totally fucking like against rules. At the same time, this shit's been like this is natural. For me, I feel like that's like kind of like the Native American type of spirit. You got some germs or whatever, but that's natural. But we can't do that. For me, like my whole history, like it's all fucked up. Like that's why I don't believe in anything like that. It's just. I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
Like I said,
I mean,
but
I
that's
don't
just
know.
my excuse of not voting. Like, just something stupid like that.
Yeah, definitely. Like, if they're not going to be part of your, you know, you want something, and if they're not going to offer it, then why? Why give them that? You know?
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm with it.
I don't
But,
know. Like, I
I
feel
do
like,
got a lot of privilege in that sense, but I just wish something like I would want to vote for. Like, that would make me want to vote.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely. But the whole thing is, there's two parties because two parties is the easiest to control without making it seem like it's a dictator. You know what I mean? You have one party, people are going to freak out and be like, oh, we have no choice. You have two, you can still do the same thing with both of them, but it makes it seem like you have a team that you're on, you know?
Gotcha. I hear that. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, dude.
I mean, it's a weird it's a nihilistic way to look at it, or it's like kind of hopeless. But I think the more that people realize that, the more we can actually go ahead and change things. Like we can have someone, and it's the same thing. Like I don't know, like we were talking about, you just want to smoke some weed or something, and that's not hurting anybody. So like, why is the government trying to tell me what to do about that? And why are they being so aggressive? Like, I've done acid, I've done mushrooms, and like it's expanded my perspective. I'm able to put myself in other shoes. If thought patterns were like a field, right? Just like a field of wheat, right? And when you're at your base, you just keep walking in a certain way, and it makes a path. So the more that those paths are already there, the more you're going to walk that path. It's going to be easier, and you're going to fall into that path. But with those things, you can kind of branch out and go to different paths a lot easier, and it helps you to understand things in a different way. And I feel like that's part
It
of the
stretches
whole.
your perception, it stretches your reality, and kind of like once you stretch your reality to a certain point, it's hard to kind of come back into
Yeah,
what
man.
Yeah,
some
For
people
sure.
might think is like a false world, which
Yeah.
kind of it just seems obvious that like shit's just not right.
When you open your
Yeah.
mind up, sometimes it's hard to grasp and keep your footing on reality. So that's one of the main things. And another thing I wanted to say was like when it comes to like media personalities, the thing that they do is they're not scared to say what they feel. But once they find out that the people that agree with them and the people that don't agree with them because they assume that they're this side or that side, they start just going with that side because they're already agreeing with them. And they start getting controlled by the people that follow them. Instead of being controlled by the people above them now, they're being controlled by the people below them that actually are saying stuff.
And they're falling into the same thought patterns,
Yes.
into the same
They're
trails.
going away from the ideas that led them to there. They're fighting it, and that's not what we're gonna ever do. Our point is to get to the depth.
Yeah.
We got a long
We got to
way to
keep
go.
each other in check all the time, and we should all keep our parents in check and our friends in check. If you know somebody and you know that they're wrong, or at least they have a conflicting view, because maybe they're not wrong, but at least open your mind up to them and make sure that they're open their mind up to you. That's all I'm saying.
And I don't know. Sometimes it's hard. Like some people won't relinquish that, and they're just gonna make you take the step over to their side.
And that's the people that aren't worth it.
Yeah.
They're not worth it.
At the end of the day, yeah. I mean, they're gonna be stuck in that way, and there's not really much you can do about it.
It's not worth your energy. I'm not saying they're not worth existing. I'm saying it's not worth your energy to try to fight that stubbornness, that pride that overrides their decision making.
It's the pride.
It's the pride. They don't want to be wrong. And I don't want to be wrong either, but I'm willing to accept I'm wrong if it's going to fucking hurt all of humanity.
Yeah.
Even if it's the slightest margin.
Yeah.
Because you owe that to the human race. There's only one fucking race. It's humans. And we all owe each other existing. Isn't all of our natural instinct to exist? Just to keep on existing?
Yeah.
But with everything, me just trying to be optimistic and positive, like with everything that and all the bad that's happening, it's still going to elevate numbers and consciousness. And I think the more numbers you have in a higher level of consciousness.
Exactly. I mean, and the thing is, like, we shouldn't be measuring. We shouldn't be measuring everything.
About the internet, really, because everyone's really trying to up each other's consciousness. That's what it really is. It's
exactly. Everybody's trying to rebuttal instead of trying to look into it and then rebuttal. You know, find the things that you should rebuttal. Don't rebuttal the whole thing. Find the parts of it that are worth.
My opinion, though, once you realize a little higher level of consciousness, realize that things are going to seem to be odd. You know,
yeah, don't counter the whole argument. Counter the bad parts of the argument. Mm-hmm. If we're not doing that, you're not fucking open-minded. If you're not saying, oh, you're right about this, but you're wrong about that, instead of saying, oh, you're wrong about everything because you're wrong about this. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't work like that. Mm-hmm. We got to be open to the right ideas. Like, and I always bring up, like, Trump's tariffs. Like, I think tariffs are good because we want our companies to come back to our country. And that's a pressure move. That's putting pressure on our companies. Hey, if you want to fucking send us shit from over there, then you're going to be paying this much more. That's not a problem. Go to Mexico. That's closer. We're going to still save money. We know they're going to Mexico. They go to Mexico. We still save money by a lot because it's less transport. They don't got to go across the ocean now. They just got to go across the border. And on top of that, these companies can now do some dirty shit and make some extra money on the side because they're coming from Mexico. They can put whatever they want in them trucks. They got to deal with America.
Yeah.
Whether it's a small company like Walmart, or, I mean, whether it's a big company like Walmart or Amazon, or it's a small fucking...
Yeah, I think there is, like, a little bit of, some problematic things with that, mostly because, like, small companies might not be able to afford that at first, you know? And while big companies will, the small companies might fall off with that change in price.
Well, no, it's going to be a lower price for them. Because no matter what, we're not taking anything from Mexico that's not going to be in bulk. So it's going to come to another company that distributes it. But they got a lower price, so they're going to be able to offer a lower price. And they're going to be forced to offer a lower price in order to entice more business. So by saying, I saved $5,000 on your normal order, I can now charge you $25,000 a year instead of $27,000 a year. And maybe you'll spend an extra $1,000 or $2 to fill yourself up and build your business more. So that whenever prices drop, you are automatically forced to try to use that to your advantage against and as your leverage point to make more money off that.
Yeah.
So you give them a better price, but you still get a bigger percentage off it, right? Because like you saved $5,000, but you made them save, $2,000. So you still made $3,000.
Yeah.
So as long as you know how to use and you know how business works, you're gonna leverage that savings to build more business.
Yeah, and it all depends on what the tariffs look like. If it's a lot, then you're just gonna force people to buy. Even like they don't. If you're their only choice, then you don't really have to lower the price that much.
And in my opinion, like if we went to like a question from the chat right now, shout out John Paul O'Keefe. If Hillary was in office right now, I think we'd be in a worse place. I thought Hillary was a worse candidate than Trump. I don't think I'd vote for Trump or Hillary in that election, but I think Hillary was a way worse candidate.
I didn't vote for anybody.
Hillary has a bad history in politics. Trump has no history. So you're going to take a bad history or no history? What are you going to choose?
Hillary, it's like kind of like Barack Obama, right? He was nice. He knew how to say the right things.
But she doesn't know how to do that.
Progressive stuff, yeah. but she is not very relatable. But also, like, she's a war hawk. Like, that's
And she's far from eloquent. And Barack Obama was very eloquent.
yeah.
The thing he was a muse, bro. He could speak that would fucking entrance you. It was so good to just listen to him talk. He was a beautiful speaker.
Let me be clear.
No, he was just a beautiful speaker. He made sure that you understood what he was saying. And that's the problem with most people. I find my own problem in things that I do when I create content or stuff is that I can't articulate exactly what I want off the top of my head. And Obama wasn't off the top of his head, but he had it built and structured so that everybody understood what he was saying in the
Right.
perfect way. And that was the most eloquent speaker I've ever seen in my whole life. And that's whisper, man. He's just whispering his words.
Yeah, he had a certain gravitas to him, like that really.
You can't resist the beauty of the way he speaks, no matter what. Whether you're, and I think that made Republicans more mad, and it entranced everybody else.
Yeah.
Democrats, liberals, and in between. So,
Right.
like, beyond Democrats. That's why he had support from everybody.
And I think that's also part of the problematic thing about him was, like, he he talks great, but, like, that's only part of, the people say, oh, I wish we could go back to Obama. Like, do you really wish you could go back to, like, 90% of his drone strikes killing citizens? Or, like, do you really want to go back to the NDAA? I mean, we're already there. It doesn't matter. But I'm just saying, like, having that is good, but it's not everything. And now we see, like, Trump isn't really much. He's not really trying to be that interventionist. Like, he did some stuff with, he made Israel the capital or whatever, and, like, that's, like, one thing, but he hasn't really gone in any unprecedented, like, military direction or action, which is something I actually agree with. Like, I'm cool with that. I don't know.
He's actually very against military, it seems like. He hasn't gone to war.
Yeah. Well, he's against, like, he doesn't want to get into any kerfluffles.
But he's not scared to fucking instigate.
Yeah, which is, like, I don't know how well that works out. But yeah, if you have the world's biggest military might in your hands, like, I guess you can kind of bluff a little bit. I don't know. I mean, what do you have any things you like or dislike about like our foreign relations right now or anything?
Yeah, again, like I don't know shit. Like I thought I was woke, but I'm not woke, dude. I'm still sleeping.
Well, I mean, it's not about knowing anything, It's just about your opinions,
But
I'd be more curious to know more about like Israel with the relationship with the USA and more just about Israel kind of and what's kind of going on with China, because right now China is really like, do they want to really be the number one superpower? Are they really fighting that? Really? And my fear of our national security would just be like, I think we're very dumbed down, and I think we feel very protected. And I think there's a lot of people in different countries that feel very different-minded to us, and they don't mind coming here and killing us. And I think that should be a plausible threat. And I feel safe here, but I feel like there's so many different type of mindsets going on. Like, our mindset in America is so much different than probably some people in the Middle East. Our mindset in America is so much different. So for me, I just feel very confused at this time.
Well, yeah. Well, I actually wanted to ask you about that because you've been around the world a lot, as far as I know. I don't know. You're a pretty well-traveled person, right?
Yeah, I had the privilege, like my dad being in the airlines and stuff, so I really got the opportunity to travel when I was young to a lot of different places.
So, like, what were some of your favorite places to go?
Personally, Argentina is fucking dope. I went to Buenos Aires. Argentina is dope. But
yeah. Before we get into this, do you want to give us a little bit about your background, dude?
Just the martial arts area, really.
Yeah. That's what I meant. That's what I was talking about. Let us know about that.
Yeah, I got my black belt, and I think part of me too, like being around different cultures. I was with a lot of Brazilians, even a lot of Russians, like you name it, people from every age or whatever. So I had that kind of upbringing of being around different type of cultures, and I think that kind of shaped me
Hell yeah.
somewhat in my thinking. So for me, I have open-minded like that, and the fact that I did have the ability to go to different countries and see really how good I really have it, how people really struggle. Like, Thailand was an eye-opener for me. You know? Just the whole living aspect of it. You know?
Yeah.
So
Yo, are you talking to your phone up like a regular phone, or are you holding it like a video chat?
I'm trying to hold like a video chat, but I feel like it's acting weird again.
Hold it
So
like a
I'm
regular phone, because we can hear you better.
I heard.
All right, but we can hear you. I can hear you, and whenever we edit it, we'll be able to hear you. I just wanted to make sure it's a little easier for Charlie to edit because he's been editing the videos lately.
Yeah, I bet.
Okay, so you were a fighter. You went around fighting across the whole world, all kinds of places.
Yeah.
So you want to give us some background about do you still fight?
I don't fight. You know, I train now. Not saying I will ever. It's just I'm pretty kind of realist of. I'm not in fighting shape. Don't put it that way.
You're not in fighting shape, but are you still in the mindset of that you want to
Still,
get to that place?
yeah, I do, and I always thought.
Because I see you training. I know answers to the questions. Some of these questions, I'm just asking for the
Yeah,
people watching.
my goal once I get my money right, a little more stable, I really do want to have like my own gym, dojo, really just to train people, train myself, and just have kind of like my thing going on. So that's kind of what I'm aspiring to.
Yeah. So, where was your favorite
But
place to fight, man? Let's get some lighthearted stuff. We don't always want to be so deep and dank, Where
yeah,
was your favorite
well,
place to fight?
for me, it was like the world's well, it was just in Long Beach, California. So that was like a big tournament. Like, but apparently, if you won like the IBJJF Worlds at the time, that was a big thing, and I won for my belt level. So that was a good experience for me to
Hell yeah,
have
dude.
like
Because
actually a world
me
title.
following you, knowing about your career that I've watched, is that you were a very promising talent among your peers. Like you were somebody that they always knew who they always knew who you were.
Yeah, I had that coming up, and I actually I had the chance to get scouted in the UFC, and Dana White actually came to one of my fights in Atlantic City at the Tropicana. It was the first fight I lost actually, but
Damn.
yeah, so I was there.
But still, how did that go? Did you meet him or anything?
No, I won the first round, and then I think it was really just me not taking my weight cut serious, and I realized most of my fights at the time didn't go past the first round. And I was doing really good
So
in
you're
the first round.
comfortable.
But
You're comfortable in your zone.
exactly, yeah. And once that second round kicked, man, I was like, yo, I'm tired. So I just didn't fight as I should have at all.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just part of learning, Like every
Yeah,
fighter in history,
definitely.
even the people that are undefeated, like Floyd Mayweather Jr. and stuff like now, but like these guys have lost in their life. They just haven't lost in the league that they're in now.
Yeah, it's
So it's
really a
like if
learning.
you went to the UFC, you would be 0-0. You wouldn't have a loss on your record.
Well, technically, I think for the professional record, still be on it. You would have like the UFC record of like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's what
he's
I'm saying. But
4
that's what
in
the
the
people would see.
UFC,
The people would
but you would
say,
still
"Oh,
have
he's
your.
still undefeated." If you were, if they were selling the tickets, they're not going to call you, "Oh, hey, you lost a couple before he was UFC."
Well, no, they'll still have that though,
Would
because
they?
again, it's the professional. Right? Yeah, they'll have that.
So like,
It's
let's talk about a fighter right now that's in like who's
because they
the
had
current
the
world
fights
champion?
yesterday. They had the fights yesterday with Usman and Jose Masvidal. And now that was a really exciting fight.
Well, is there an undefeated guy in the UFC right now?
Um, let's see. I think Usman's undefeated right now.
Okay,
The guy who
so
fought yesterday,
do you
he's the
think he's
champion.
never lost a fight in his life though? Like at all?
I don't know, dude.
Realistically, like even training in
But
the gym before he got good.
realistically, for the most part, the very good people I've trained with or had the privilege to train with, they all lost at some point.
Everybody's lost. That's what I'm saying. That's
And
all I'm
they
trying to
all
say.
went
All I
through
was trying to say is
it.
like everybody's lost at some point. You
Oh,
can't get to the point of being undefeated
it
without
definitely takes
losing.
a cost to be a boss. Yeah, for sure. It takes a cost or loss to be a boss. But
Yeah, you
usually the
can't get
people
that
who
good
don't
without
stop
being
that keep
undefeated
on
first.
going forward. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really supposed to be on my feet. I just let the guys win. Be a nice guy.
Yeah.
Just not-
Well, anyway, I just figured give people a background of who you were. That'd be a good idea because
Yeah.
we have a lot of random people on here, and I mean not saying you're random, but we can always jump to the next topic now.
Yeah.
So how about what did we not talk about yet? Did we talk about the Jada and Will Smith stuff yet?
Yeah, I was about to say the entanglement.
The entanglement.
Yeah.
The entanglement.
Okay, one of these.
Yeah.
Yo, I can see guys
Let me
being weird. I've been seeing a couple of my friends. They're kind of mad because it's almost like.
Who are they mad at? Are they mad at Jada or are they mad at Will? Because I see things going both ways.
They're more mad at Jada because I guess they're more.
The
mad
dudes
at
are all mad at Jada,
women.
and all the dudes
Yeah.
I think are seeing that the dudes are all
Women
mad at Jada.
defending Jada belong to the streets. That's what kind of like the rumor has it.
Listen, if you watch the interview, and usually we pull up clips and stuff here, but we don't have a lot ready right now because it's been a busy week and it's been a busy couple weeks. But if you watch the interview, Jada pretty much implies that Will has also done some shit similar to this, but it hasn't gotten exposed. Excuse me.
Yeah,
Exposed, so we're not going to talk about it because I have to talk about this because everybody called me out. But she's not going to call Will out on it because it hasn't been called out by the world, and it's not their business. We're not going to bring business to the world that isn't their business. And she'll take the hit on the chin, and I respect Jada for that. And I respect Will because it's their relationship. It's not our fucking business.
It does. It just sucks that it's Will. It's like,
Just like you were saying, though, it was consensual. Like, they were both.
but yeah, again, I'm not caught up on the pop culture, but I really did thought they had like somewhat of an open relationship.
They had an
and I
open
could see
relationship, dog. You know they
People
did.
with that power in the public figure, like media, can stir things that
Right.
going crazy. And apparently, they did have kind of like.
Bro, I got
Problems at
money
the
that
time.
Will Smith smashed Margot Robbie. I got money on it.
I feel like Will Smith probably doing with a lot of women.
I think he smashed Liza Koshy too, the little YouTube girl.
I have no idea, dude.
Do you know who that is?
No.
You know, he flew out to Miami with him to ride like these motorized surfboards.
Wow.
This is like a while ago, like a year ago.
Yeah.
They're both smashing people on the side.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
he referred to August Alsina as Augie. Og. He said Og. Like he has a nickname for him. That's his homie. Like he knew he was smashing his girl.
Yeah, I
He
think
don't care.
there's like a different lifestyle for people at that
No,
echelon.
there's
you
a
know?
different lifestyle for people that understand what love is, and sometimes you sacrifice. It's not about ownership of another person. You're not sacrificing. I take that back. You sacrifice the ideals of some of these people that are moral freaks, but you really it's about understanding what love is and knowing that if you want it to last forever, that you have to make sure that you realize why
But yeah,
you love each other, and
know
sometimes
guys are
something like
taking
that
notes
is
on
what
the
takes.
entanglement. That's the funny part about it. I saw funny memes like guys are taking notes on the entanglement. It's like people are writing down
Yeah, I mean,
that word.
at the end of the day, bro, it's all funny, and there's something that they might be trying to distract us from.
It is.
Yeah.
It's probably just another distraction of what.
Yeah, Mayfair.
Yeah, Mayfair. That's fucking crazy, dog.
Did we talk about that yet?
No, I don't think we did.
I feel like we
That's
talked about
fucking-
everything because we reviewed the notes beforehand. So I'm like, okay, so
I think we
Mayfair.
mentioned it. Yeah,
So we
mentioned
did mention it, but like Mayfair is happening right now. There's this website, right? That
It's Wayfair.
Wayfair. Wayfair is happening right now. There's this website that is advertising these wardrobes. I would call them wardrobes for sale that are like $10,000 to $15,000, and they're all the same wardrobe with separate listings, and they say females' names as the name of the wardrobe.
Mm.
And the idea is that they're selling these people instead, or they're shipping. Maybe they're shipping people.
And apparently,
I don't think they're putting people in boxes. Why are you buying a dead person?
it's not. They're not dead.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They're not shipping
Yeah.
anything.
But so allegedly this is on a secret part of the website. This is not something you can easily get to.
You can't put a live person in a box, bro.
Depends. I mean, if it's overnight shipping.
Right there.
you're paying $15,000 for a cabinet. Like
Yeah.
you can afford to get that overnight.
That's
shipped.
what I'm saying. You can't put it in a regular mail. But yeah, of course, there might be some shit going on, and I wouldn't put it past these motherfuckers.
But at the same time, it's weird because like I've seen this post, right, where it has all the names and it has the people that are missing with the names. Now, if I'm someone who's selling people online, I'm not gonna have the
Their
same
real name, yeah.
So it's kind of weird there. I don't know if this is like some kind of weird publicity stunt.
Or they're trying to make a point to point this out. To see how, or they're trying to make it obvious to see how obvious it needs to be for America to believe it. Or not America, humanity. The race of people. They're not trying to convince just Americans. They're trying to convince humans. We are all humans.
Well, have they opened up yet? Have the company make a statement on this yet?
They've been taking down their listings fast as hell.
And apparently Snopes says that it's fake.
Snopes?
Yeah.
The Snopes, I fucking don't fuck with Snopes anymore because now they're not even covering certain things.
Yeah.
Like they'll just like not even cover it to not prove it wrong or right.
Well, apparently their source on how it's not right is they asked Wayfair. So
we gotta look at this. I'm gonna look it up.
There's a meme about it. It's like it's the Simpsons one with the steamed hams.
We gotta look at it though. We can't just listen to this. We gotta keep that one though. Snopes. Anyway, keep going.
Well, I don't know. It just seems weird to me. And then there was one of the girls that was allegedly missing, and the name was on there. She showed up on on Facebook Live or some kind of TikTok or something. She showed up on there saying she doesn't know why everybody's saying she's missing, and this is bullshit. And why is everybody talking about her?
Okay, let's look at I got it pulled up. So what the title of the Snopes is, and these matter. The titles of the Snopes matter very much. Is Wayfair trafficking children via overpriced items? Okay, so just remember that that's the title. We're gonna read it. I don't know where this is going, but I feel like you should understand what they're proving true and false. What they're proving true or false is Wayfair selling children as overpriced items. How do we know they're fucking children? Maybe they're fucking young girls, bro. We don't know. They could be teenagers. That's not child. We can say not child. Anyway.
Well, yeah.
In July 2020, some social media users accused the furniture store Wayfair of trafficking children. This gravely serious accusation was not based on police reports, first-hand accounts, financial records, or deep investigation reporting. Period. Rather, it was based on the fact that some items on Wayfair were listed at exorbitant prices compared to the other similar items. Literally, not similar items, identical items. Identical items. Anyway, this rumor appears to have originated on the conspiracy, quote-unquote, section of Reddit on July 9th, 2020. That post noted that Wayfair was selling utility closets from WFX that were priced at more than $10,000 and offered child trafficking as a possible explanation. That post, now they're already trying to dilute the idea very hard. That post, like so many other conspiracy theories, offered this notion as a mere possibility and said that it would be stomach-churning, quote-unquote, if, quote-unquote, let's go to later in the quote-unquote, true, quote-unquote. So they took two words out of the quote and chose them specifically. Yeah, take it over.
All right. Well,
the quote was...
So their thing is they put a little thing on the side.
This is the Reddit post.
Okay. Is it possible Wayfair involved in human trafficking with their WFX utility collection, or are these just extremely overpriced cabinets? Note the names of the cabinets. This makes me sick to my stomach if true, sad face. The post led other users combing the Wayfair website in search of other oddities. One Twitter user, for instance, found a set of pillows and shower curtains that were listed for $9,999.
Yo, what kind of pillows and shower curtains are worth $10,000?
As similar items on the website were listed for only $99. This person assumed that the only logical explanation was that the higher priced items were being used to traffic children. So,
What they're trying to say is that there's no proof of it, so we can't say it's true.
and honestly, you'd have to look into the records, because if that's on a secret part of the website, then who says that they're selling these at all? Maybe
Okay, this is
was
another-
just a coder that was just putting another part in that they didn't do
exactly. And here's another tweet, I guess, or a Reddit post, or some kind of post off the internet.
Right. So it says, if you search Bungalow Rose, a bunch of shower curtains and pillows show up priced at $9,999. Wayfair is fucking trafficking children. What the fuck?
Okay, so what they're trying to imply is that people were just gassing this idea up, and there's no validity to it. And maybe there's not.
Oh.
But let's keep
the
going.
second part here, same with other things. They all have big price jumps, like 10 grand. Wayfair also supplies the furniture at ICE detention centers children are going missing from.
Oh, is that where it's coming from?
Maybe.
Where's the source for that though? I need that.
Well,
Fuck Snopes, bro. We're not looking at Snopes no more. Oh, that's a later topic. We'll get on to that one later.
Well, apparently, yeah, ICE has lost something like 1,400 kids, which is like
a lot of
what the
people,
fuck?
bro. How many people graduated in your graduating class?
I don't know.
A quarter of that.
Yeah, not a lot. I mean,
A quarter of that.
geez, maybe like 300 or something.
I think it's like 400 by the time you were graduating.
Yeah, maybe.
Closer to 400, probably. That's a quarter of 1,400. That's less than a quarter.
Yeah, which is like kind of insane. But now that you
That's
you
four.
add the ICE in,
That's 4 whole high school graduations full of kids.
yeah, and like now you add the ICE detention center in, it like gives me a different angle, which is
Well,
like,
where do we get that though? We need to look into that before we feed into it. You know,
Yeah.
look into it before you feed into it. Let's always do that, guys.
Yeah, but at the same time, it kind of comes together a little better if
Oh,
it's
yeah.
true.
Of course, but we can't assume it is just because it brings it
I
together
mean,
better.
it could just be a money laundering thing, you know?
Yeah.
They could just say that they're selling these things, these cabinets, to someone just to, skirt taxes or put me offshore somewhere, you know? I mean,
Well, it's just freaky and it's just fucked up.
It's scary. The world we live in is scary, and everything we talk about might be scary. And we apologize to the viewers out there, but this is the things we have to reflect upon, man. We can't run away from it, you know. And that's what too many people are doing that believe in us. The people that agree with us, the people that agree with like sensical objection, you know what I mean? They are too scared to say it, and they're running away from it. And we are the ones that have the most impact because we're the ones that aren't saying anything, and it's the biggest percentage.
yeah. And I think a lot of people, like you said, Cobra, like, you don't want to go out and say something because, a lot of people don't want to have an opinion on it because they're scared, well, not scared, but they don't know.
They don't want to
everything.
be. They don't want to be assumed as something they aren't because their opinion aligns with something they don't.
It's
you know.
It's not. It's not being scared. It's just like understanding that we don't know everything.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I think that's kind of like a divide to me. It's like if you
That's the biggest divide. That's the thing holding us all back.
like if you're scared to ask that truth, or you're scared, but that's still kind of being.
You're scared of your own truth. You can't be scared of your own truth, man.
But I feel like the way everything's divided, because think about it, like, if you have like a job, a reputable job, you can't be saying shit like this.
And I think you
but
should
I
understand
don't
this a
see
lot
why
because
not,
people
what I'm
always
saying?
persecute you online for saying what you feel.
Exactly, but at the same time, they
I see
can't
that a
say
lot.
shit. They want to say it, but they can't say that shit because they're already whipped in that sense. I don't mean that disrespect, but
See, and the
they
people that
took
agree with
that
me,
light from
they
me.
silently
They took that
persecute
light.
me for it. They won't comment on my shit because they don't have a rebuttal, but they will just not like it or not comment on it because they don't have anything to say about it that is proving me wrong. They can't prove me wrong, so they won't say anything, and it doesn't get any steam that way. It's the same as pushing you back because the shit you say actually has some steam and provokes people because you kind of leave it open-ended and open for interpretation, where I don't leave you a reason. I don't leave you an excuse to fucking tell me I'm wrong, you know? And you do, and it's good. I think I think it's better to do that, but I think
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you got it. The biggest problem is that they won't comment on something that I say because of that. You know,
Yeah, it's
say
that's
what you
real though.
feel, whether it's wrong or right. It's worth saying because you exist as much as I do. We are all God. We gotta.
Yeah, it's funny too because it's just like that simple fear is such a huge impact. Like
It's like the
that.
fear of death, bro. It's like as big as
Yeah.
the fear of death now.
But it's hard for me to comment. Like for me, I'm in a position where I kind of just don't give a fuck.
Well,
But
well, that's the thing. You choose to not give a fuck because you don't know how to give a fuck.
in a sense, I'm
Well, you
trying to
don't
take it
know
again.
how to put where to put your energy, so you say fuck
Yeah,
it. I just put my energy into things that
exactly.
matter
Because
more
for
to
me, like
me.
the past couple of years, people thought I was like fucking crazy. And definitely not saying I'm not crazy in
Well,
that
you
sense,
fed
but
into it a little bit
like,
too,
yeah, I fed into it for sure. I got caught up in the hype a bit, but
but you
for
manifest
me,
that. If you
for
don't
me
want to be crazy, you're
expressing,
not crazy.
yeah, for me expressing my views sometimes that got me looked down upon or that cashed like a bad rep on my stuff. But for me, I was just really trying to just be open and
Reps don't
have.
matter, bro. You know what matters? Faith. Do you believe in yourself? That's all that
I
matters, and
do.
I can
Yeah.
tell you do. So I know that don't let that shit hinder you, bro. Um,
I don't.
I
Again, like
saw
I'm
I
just
saw
trying
this
to.
post by like
I'm trying to.
Steve-O where he was talking to this guy, some stupid comedian that was talking about how he always shares these dick pics on Twitter and shit. He's like, bro, you should share it if you want to share it. If you think it's cool, you should share it. Meek Mill said famously, you don't decide what's cool for me. I decide what's cool. I pick what's cool. If I think fucking Legos are cool, they're fucking cool. I don't care what you say is cool because what is cool is what's cool to me, and that's where opinion is the most majority thing in your own life. You know, if you think fucking knitting is cool and you want to fucking knit a blanket, no one can tell you it's not cool. Especially when you finish that blanket and people are like, yo, that shit's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, I'm at the point now. Like everyone's going to see life through their own perception. Everyone's like,
And
it's not what it
that's
is.
the biggest problem. If you're not putting yourself in other people's shoes, if you're not looking at other people's perspectives, you're never going to see life for what it really is.
It's tough because I think people are just wired different. Some people are just different, and for me, I'm just trying to focus on where to put, like you said, like where to put my energy. I'm trying to start kind of like get back to myself. For me personally, I like express myself. I always kind of, and I felt that kind of hindered me a little bit because I didn't know how to express myself. I
I feel
always
like
was kind
you
of like,
felt like the people around, that people that were giving you their energy were trying to hinder you from expressing your own energy. And don't ever let that happen, man. Because
yeah, and I felt that.
those are the people that, the people that will speak up the most are the people that feel against you the most. So you can never let that change what you think.
Yeah, and it's like, and again, like I used to spend a lot of my mental energy just trying to change that, but like I can't
You
change the
can't
fact that
change it,
someone's
bro. You
gonna,
can't
yeah,
change it. You don't even
you
try to
can't,
change it.
yeah, I can't give someone's opinion of me doesn't matter,
Don't
I
give
don't have to
energy to their
validate.
opinions. Remember, you are cool. If you think it's cool, it's fucking cool to you. That's all that matters.
I agree, and I
And
agree,
and
and
the word
everyone
cool
has
is
their
just
own
used as a
cool.
metaphor.
Again, like everyone has their own perception of cool, and that's why for me, I always love people who express theirs. I think that takes a lot of courage to express yourself.
Hell yeah, dude.
And it's something so simple. I
I
feel
don't
like,
care
but
if
it's
I don't agree
so
with you,
hard.
but the fact of the matter is, I'm happy that you're saying what you feel. Like, put your truth out there.
I feel it. 100.
And I agree with a lot of what you say, by the way. Like, I think I agree with you more than I agree with Charlie. Like, there's some things that you say are crazy on your social media, but like other than that, like most of it's like
But most of the shit I
I
do,
agree with what led you there. You know.
yeah, because I think I have somewhat of a weird
Mm.
sarcasm, so I feel
And
like
guess
people
what?
like you might be able to
Weird
pick
is
that
the
up.
new beautiful.
Well, go ahead.
Yes,
What?
but it's really hit or miss, I'm at the point where I like it's more entertaining for me sometimes,
I know. I can tell. That's why I love it.
Yeah, I
And I
mean,
think I guess it's bad in a sense because I'm actually laughing sometimes and people are taking that serious.
I know, but that's the thing.
That's
These
why you
people,
can't
you
really
can't take
believe
things
anything
serious,
on social
bro. Like
media.
And
You really can't.
Do
Especially
your
on
own
social media.
research. Don't care about people's opinions so much, and
Yeah.
realize that there's humor in it. I know you're joking. I think it's hilarious.
and I feel like a lot of the stuff that you say is also kind of open ended.
Yeah, it's
so
always open
it
ended.
promotes discussion.
Like I said, it's meant to build the discussion. Where my shit that I put out is not meant to fucking give you a chance to reply. You know what I mean? I'm meant to cut you off before you reply, and your shit's like, yo, speak to me. Tell me why I'm wrong. You know?
Yeah,
You ask for it, kind of.
I think that's a good energy.
Yeah, I kind of I forget who's that the Steve Colbeck report where he's kind of like reporting
Yeah.
what the same thing he was. That's what I kind of like got like an idea based on it. But I like I think I have a lot of smart friends, a lot of knowledgeable friends, so I always leave it open ended because I know I have people from different sides of walk in life. So I just want to have like a melting pot and just fucking talk it out.
Yeah,
don't see anything
and
wrong.
like I was saying, weird is the new cool, bro. Like if it's weird, if it's odd, if it's subjective and open ended, then it is cool because people have a reason to get involved, to embrace it, to interact with it, you know, and they want to say something.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. That's a good thing for sure.
People, right now, like there's so much, media. Like we're talking about Will Smith and stuff, and how all these guys are seemingly perfect or whatever, and that's like so human. That's what people respect is like
Yeah.
the human weirdness. The
Well,
things,
but
the
about Will
quirks.
Smith though is like we idolize the fact that he didn't seem human. Like in my
Exactly.
opinion, I always felt like Will Smith was like perfect. Like
Yeah.
watching him on Fresh Prince get in trouble for like stupid shit that I did before I ever got in trouble for it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I thought that was like, yo, this dude's like perfect. He's like he's the white black guy.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's the wrong way to say it, but that's the way our narratives explain it nowadays.
well, yeah, I think
He's
that's
like the
kinda
guy
how-
that we would expect, the guy that white people think black people should be, is what I meant. And it's
Yeah.
wrong, and it's not right. But it's the way that narratives
But
explain
yeah,
it.
that's how the narrative is kind of pushed there. But also like that. But that was my whole point. Is he seems perfect, and then something like that is like very like, oh, that's not like a traditional relationship.
But at the same time, it
And
also
that's-
doesn't take away from his perfectness. Because he
No.
didn't do anything wrong yet.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like that type of thing appeals to people a lot more.
Yeah, exactly. It builds it.
It's real, they could put their own feelings into it, So
They can
that's
relate to it.
It's like character, yeah.
Exactly. We're all only human after all. We're all only human.
So like for me, like getting
And that's
older,
why I
like,
say all humans are idiots. I'm not saying it as an insult. We're just not as smart as we try to purvey ourselves to be.
I don't know, dude. I don't even know anymore, bro.
Like I don't
don't
think
know.
I'm as smart as I want people to think I am. You know what I mean? And I don't think anybody thinks I don't think anybody is as smart as they want other people to think they are. Everybody wants people to think they're smarter than they are.
I see that.
Right?
I don't know, dude.
Don't you want people to think you're smarter than you are? Than you think you
Yeah.
are?
100%, dude.
Okay, so all I'm saying is that like we all want people to think we're smarter than
you want
we
people
are.
to like you. You want to feel confident. Yeah, 100%.
Exactly. We want people to like us. We want people to relate to us. We want people to embrace us. And it all comes down to attention and pride, and that builds our pride and makes us feel special. Pride is our biggest problem.
Yeah, I see myself being prideful at times. Very stubborn now that.
I know, and I accepted a long time ago that my biggest problem is that I'm prideful and I'm very egotistical sometimes. I know that. I don't deny it.
Oh, definitely.
I know I think better than myself than I actually am. And I think most people should also come to that realization that you think you're better than you are. But, you shouldn't let that turn you down from being who you are. You know what I mean? Like, you can't let that hinder who you are, though.
Yeah.
It's a weird fucking balance that you have to find within yourself.
Yeah.
And when people talk about finding themselves, that's what they're talking about.
Let me
it's like a
switch this
battle.
whole topic up a little bit, because I was talking. This is not my idea, but I always talk about, not that I even fucking talk about it, but I'm saying, I think what would be a huge progressive thing and make things a lot better is our education, working on inner cities. But what do you think about like having like a steel company in Trenton?
Well, that needs to come back. That's, I think, a big thing about the
If you
China
have
tariffs was that
if you have
we need our
American-made
steel back
steel
in
in the
America,
inner
bro.
city,
Like
give people
we
jobs.
are the creators of steel. We made steel. Trenton makes the world takes. That's what we know.
Yeah.
But what do you think, dude? To have like a steel factory, like open up like a
Well,
factory is
or and
like,
and if
it's
not
not my
Trenton, how
idea,
about
but
Pittsburgh?
well, I'm saying anywhere like that. I
Yeah,
think it would,
anywhere that's in
especially like in
America,
the inner
that's
cities,
our
would
own
give
country.
like because I think
You know,
inner cities
China's
really
buying
need.
most of our steel, reprocessing it, and selling it back to us. All our junk steel, we sell it to China. They reprocess it and send it back to us.
That's the same thing with our recycles.
Well, we sell, but they don't buy it anymore though. They
Yeah,
stopped buying it.
they stopped buying it, but we used to sell all of our recycles to them, and then they would reprocess it, and then
We would buy it back off them and reuse it for our material.
now that to me
Fucking
seems like a weird money laundering thing.
That's
by
a
itself.
weird whole dichotomy of why the fuck are we sending this shit over there, bro? I would take a job for $15 an hour in a fucking metal processing plant
Yeah.
or a recycling processing plant a day. We all want that work. We don't want to work at fucking Amazon with drill sergeants as our fucking bosses.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, that all goes back to who's willing to pay that. Who's willing to pay? Because all these companies, if you started taxing them
Well, the
more,
thing is,
they would be going somewhere else because they don't actually care about the country.
well, the thing is, the people in China are willing to work for nothing, and it's not forced. We're not putting people into slavery. These sweatshops and all that. It's
Well,
not that we're forcing them into it.
that's
It's that their government's forcing them into it, and we'll take advantage of that and make them, and then we'll cut the cost, and in the end, it will still be worth it. But guess what? Now it's going to go to Mexico, and guess what? They're going to still take those pay cuts because they need the money too, bro.
yeah.
Wait, just as bad as, if not more than China. Mexico's hurting, bro. There's a reason that Mexicans keep fucking jumping the border to America. It's not because they don't love their country. They do love their country. They come over here, they work, and they send their money back. That is not. I'm not denying that. But at the end of the day,
this is a land of opportunity.
it's land opportunity. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, let's give them some work over there. If you're not going to bring it back to America, put it in Mexico, so that at least we're supporting our fucking own continent.
Yeah, and locally, like, yeah,
That's also local. Like, if you're
money's
talking about
gonna-
an American locally, if you say locally, Mexico is local to America.
yeah.
Just like we support Canada, and we've always balanced our own economy off Canada.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen articles about how, like, you know, all of this ICE detention shit, you know, picking people up has destroyed local economies because they were putting money back into where they were working. Like, it wasn't like they were just taking all the money and taking it, you know, back to Mexico. Not like CEOs who take the money and take it offshore and store it somewhere and then don't recirculate the dollars. Like, I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot of hypocrisy.
And if we're talking Amazon, man, I don't believe in the ideals of a company like Amazon. Like, we can't agree to let you bring business into our country for tax reliefs that make it so that you don't pay zero taxes whenever you're $1 trillion company.
Yeah.
We need those taxes, bro. It's not worth it. Go to fucking China, bro. Send your shit from China. And guess what? You're not gonna be as thriving as a company.
No, because they've already got Alibaba over there. They got Wish. I mean, like, it's gonna be, and they're gonna have to charge more for moving stuff around. But yeah, to have a bunch of cities like, you know, chomping at the bit to, like, you know, please Jeff Bezos is like very weird to me. I mean, it's almost like the football stadiums, you know.
Well,
They don't pay anything for that either. They pay, you know, the
Bro,
people pay the
if
taxes.
we talk
on
about
that.
sports, we're talking about politics.
Yeah,
Sports and politics are the same fucking thing.
yeah,
Do you like the Yankees or do you like the fucking Red Sox?
yeah,
Do you want blue or red?
yeah, exactly.
Pick it.
Exactly, and you don't have anything. You don't have any stakes in that team. It's just something that's there because you're there, you know. And that's kind of how sports is. Yeah, it trains you for politics.
To devote yourself to one side no matter what they do.
Yeah, exactly.
No matter how much they disappoint you, instead of putting your faith into yourself as a human and as you are what you need to invest in, they want you to put yourself into their team. Democrat, Republican, Yankees, Red Sox. It doesn't matter. I don't care what you call it, bro. It's the same thing.
Yeah. I mean,
How do you feel about that?
That's tough, dude, because that's like
I know it's deep,
it's,
bro.
it
We're not
is.
trying to break
yeah.
these deep things down on you and
No,
just like
no, I
persecute you.
totally agree. It's just I really can't even respond to that because I see where you guys are coming from. I don't really have any input on that.
And yeah, I mean, participating in sports is different. At a lower level, even college has been tainted by like all this money. But like, sports themselves are a wholesome thing. They're good.
Well, they put on that portrayal, but they're not because the whole reason for sports is gambling. The reason that sports are still thriving today is because people bet on it.
Yeah.
It's because we make our own sport of the sport.
Right.
Our own sport of gambling based on the sport.
Well, I'm talking about
Yo,
like Pete
Cobra, you're in Georgia now, right?
No, I just got back to Jersey, but
Oh, you staying in Jersey now?
Yeah, I'm staying in Jersey.
Or are you
but,
considering different things?
I'm keeping my because I was supposed to go out to Cleveland, Ohio to try to really start my jiu-jitsu school, and
nice.
Yeah.
I'm kind of just like with COVID and everything that happened,
Well,
some business troubles and stuff. So I'm still trying to set my set on that, but for now I'm just kind of regrouping at home.
I think that would be a really good thing because like that's a pure thing, like it's
That
not
makes me happy.
fighting for something. You don't have to worry about. There's no pressure on it.
Yeah,
It's
so
a pure thing.
But there is a responsibility.
Oh, of course, a responsibility.
Exactly.
We all should always know there's always a responsibility, no matter
Yeah.
what you do. You should put that responsibility in everything.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm saying, but it's good though. It's good to have.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. So for me right now, I need money. Now I gotta support myself. I'm at the point, I can't stay at mom's
Bro,
house and shit.
we've been wanting you to come down here. We still got a room for you if you want.
Like I said, I have an open mind about shit. Like I gotta get my money right, to be honest, and start.
That's it, man. We all got, but listen, just remember though, we all always got to get our mind right. No matter where we are, even if we're at the pinnacle of where we've ever been in our life, we always have to still keep getting our mind right. You're never finished getting your mind right. Your body might reach its peak and fall from it, but your mind will never do that. So you always have to keep looking for another pinnacle.
Right.
Exactly. And that's what I felt like happened to me. It's like even with fighting, it comes to a certain point where it's physical, but there's a lot mental into it. And I just felt like I personally got burned out after a while. I felt like I really put everything I had into it on top of overtime, and I just got really burned out. And just trying to find my passion again, and just kind of reignite the fire and stuff, and just get back at it. But fighting is just my passion. So it makes me happy.
Yeah, I mean that's the way, man. Like, don't ever undervalue yourself, but don't ever overvalue yourself. It's hard to find that balance in your own reality,
Yeah, it really is. But I definitely gotta make my way down to Florida to visit you guys, though, for sure.
Oh, at the very least, come down here and we'll party for a couple of days. Maybe we'll do a YouTube video with you, and
But I'm not getting hit by a shovel, though.
Okay, so
Yo,
did you see that video?
No, I was like, dude, I'm not watching Geyser.
You're not watching Charlie get hit by a shovel?
No,
It was a good helmet, bro.
No, the helmet did.
That's what I think. Yo, was that the work helmet you got the one time we talked?
I think so.
You said you were
Nah,
gambling.
I mean, it was a good helmet, bro. He didn't feel nothing. Like, it was all for show.
I gotta check it out.
We did hacky sack him with firecrackers, and he tried to shoot me with bottle rockets. He missed every time, but
Yeah.
I was trying to get shot with a bottle rocket. There's some good shit in that video.
Dude, I'm down to come down there and go paintball and some shit like that.
Nah, we don't gotta do crazy shit. We just do a cool video.
I mean,
We can
that's
just
a
do
good idea,
some like
bro.
public social experiment shit.
Yeah, I say we go down paintball and just try murk bitches.
Hell yeah, we can do
Yeah.
that too.
I'm down.
Oh yeah, we can add that in there, bro.
Yeah.
Even if we don't make a video, just come down here and hang out.
Yeah, for sure.
It's all love, man. Yo, I know, like me and you haven't ever known each other too well, but like we knew each other.
Yeah, exactly.
And I haven't seen you in like, I don't
Probably
know,
forever.
15 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah, dog.
I remember when you were a little kid, bro, you were always like, I always respected you because you were super bold and you were always like super forward and cool, you know?
Yeah, I just like I said, we had
You
a
weren't
good
scared of
upbringing.
the world, and that's what I always respected about you.
Yeah, but just finding my balance. But dog, what are you guys doing for the rest of the night?
Man, we're just hanging out.
Yeah.
Dude, freaking.
Do we have any more topics? I think we have a good fucking episode here, man. I think this is pretty good.
Well,
Yeah, I think it definitely got better at the end for sure.
I think the whole thing was pretty good. I mean, I don't care about the video failures and stuff. That don't matter. We edit that out. Charlie might have to do a little more work this week,
Yeah.
but we'll fix it.
But yo, I appreciate you guys having me because that was dope.
Bro,
Just
we appreciate
yeah.
you for being on. And
Thank you.
anytime, whenever you want to come on, just let us know, and I'll have you on
Yeah,
there.
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But
We can kick it, talk about different stuff.
Yeah, just talk about stuff. It's not about who's right and wrong. It's about just like putting our views on things.
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah. But yo, it's good talking to you. I think my body's about to fucking pass out.
Yeah.
though.
Yo,
no,
let's
I got
let's shout out your stuff again though, real quick before you go.
Yeah. Let's shout out Cobra. We'll bring old school goldmanfitness.com and just Cobra.
Yo, I've been looking for your YouTube videos. Where can I find your YouTube videos?
You can just go on YouTube, type in like Max Bohannon or Maximilian Bohannon, Cobra MMA, and you probably
Yeah,
find
no, I
something.
want to see your old YouTube videos where you're fucking people.
Yeah, dude. So good oldie, my claim to fame, fought Paul Fedler. He's actually a pretty
Send me the link, and I'm gonna share it in the description of the video.
I think he's talking
Yeah,
about the
word.
White Ninja.
The White
The White
Ninja. I want
Ninja.
to see the White
Fuck,
Ninja shit.
dude, the White Ninja, dude. That shit was on MySpace, so I don't even know if we.
MySpace?
shit.
Yo, give me the fucking link, bro.
We were going ham. We were jumping off Peter's roof and shit.
Yeah.
Peter Reed?
What? Pulak.
Oh yeah.
Peter Pulak.
Yeah, Pulak, yeah.
Okay, well, yo, if you can find that link, bro, send it to me. I want to see it so bad.
Yeah, I'll try to send you the link. But,
Okay.
my claim to fame is Paul Felder, but I love the dude. But that was my claim to fame.
All right.
Yeah, well, one thing I want to talk about before we go is that if you want to go, you can. We'll keep talking. Amazon worker does $60,000 worth of damage to Colorado Amazon facility. Thornton, Colorado. A disgruntled Amazon employee at the Amazon Fulfillment Center in Thornton drove his vehicle twice into the building Saturday night, causing thousands of dollars in damage, according to the Thornton police. We have a link here that shout out to John Paul O'Keefe, our new mod. He's awesome. We're gonna pull it up right now. We're gonna get this. Let's get it up on the screen. Okay. The employee drove his vehicle into the fulfillment center twice after a disagreement with management, according to police. Go ahead, Charlie.
All right. So, causing thousands of dollars in damage, according to the Thornton Police Department. The incident occurred about 9:30 p.m. Saturday at the facility near Interstate 25 and East 144th Avenue. It stemmed from a disagreement between the employee and management, according to the TPD spokesperson, who didn't know what the disagreement was about.
Okay. Let's just stop here. They're already like diluting everything that we don't have to explain ourselves. But let's just look at this picture, bro. You can give me that picture and tell me he's a pedophile. You can give me that picture and say he was the murderer at Sandy Hook, and I'll believe it.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
let's keep reading.
let's see. So the employee left the facility and backed his vehicle into some exterior doors, police said. Then the employee did it again in another set of doors. The TPD spokesperson said Amazon estimated the damage about $60,000. 9 News has reached out to Amazon for comment and is waiting a response. The employee was arrested and booked into the Adams County Jail. He was identified as Stephen
Let's
Coe.
not put his name out there.
He's 33-year-old who was being held on suspicion of criminal mischief.
Yep.
So the Amazon Thornton Center is a robotics facility that employs hundreds of workers. The warehouse is 855,000.
I don't care about. I don't want to brag about their
square-
facility either. I don't care about their facility. All I'm
Alright.
saying is, why was he mad? They don't say that.
Yeah,
All they say is that he's mad.
Yeah, well, I can imagine why he's.
I can imagine too. But why is he mad?
All right, well, here's the thing. Anybody that I've known that's worked at an Amazon warehouse says it's fucking crazy.
And your bosses are drill sergeants. They
Yeah.
literally employ ex-drill sergeants as their management.
And like they already like when I went there and applied, there was already so many videos I had to watch about how to check in because you need to have clear backpacks so nobody shoots up the fucking place.
Yo, I got
because
an
they're
idea.
making people crazy.
Yeah, okay, I got an idea. Next week, let's have Hit the Mild on.
Yeah.
And Hit the Mild actually worked at Amazon, and he told me about he had a bad experience.
Yeah.
there.
Well,
So let's bring Hit the Mild on, and let's see what he says about Amazon.
Yeah, that guy, when I see that guy, that's a pissed off man when I see that picture. That's a man who has been wronged, and you know what? Fucking salute
Yo,
to
look,
him.
look
Salute
at
to the boy.
Look at his picture. He still don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he's like, good.
He's like, if you give me a key to a car right now, I'm gonna drive it into another Amazon building,
Fuck Amazon.
motherfucker.
I mean, fuck it. Yeah.
I don't know. I just want to know why. Why was he mad? And they said, oh, we specifically don't know why he was mad. Well, you're specifically erasing the idea of why he was mad.
Oh, weird, because the police department brought him in. Don't you think they would have asked him that?
That's the first fucking question. Why the fuck did you do this?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's like, I need my lawyer. I'm not going to talk about this.
I don't know, man. I'm not saying, like, I don't know what's going on, but I feel like it's fishy. Like, tell me why he's doing it. I don't care if he's wrong for it. He might be wrong. Let me decide if he's wrong. Maybe they wronged him.
Yeah, probably. That's why they're not putting it out
But
there.
I want to decide that. So the fact that you're not letting me give a chance, I might agree with y'all that he was wrong. But I don't know now. And you're making it seem like he wasn't wrong by wording everything and putting it out like this.
Yeah.
Amazon controls the governments around them. We already talked about this. They are manipulating. They don't have any taxes. Do you think the government's going to make them look like a bad company so their company falls off and they don't work in their town anymore?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. They're probably paying the police.
The reason he did it is the biggest question. If you're not finding the questions in these articles, then there's no point of looking at them.
And that kind of goes.
I agree. Look at the CNN. Look at Fox. Look at the New York Times. Go ahead, look at them. But make sure you're finding the right questions in them. If you're not finding the right questions, there's no point in looking, because you're going to be dissuaded by it.
Yeah.
And you're going to let the control of the media take over your mind.
Yeah.
And you don't want that. But if you're not going to look at these and ask the right questions, don't look at them.
And I think questions are just as important as the answers.
Go to the dark web, man. Go to the dark web. If you want to find the real answers, the dark web has it all. Just learn how to use it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Learn how to use it.
Learn how to use it, and we're gonna make a video this week on our YouTube that will explain how to use the dark web safely, because I feel like this is a big, important topic right now.
Have you been on there, Cobra?
No, I haven't. As I say, like, let's say someone like me, like.
Well, the dark web is not a bad place. The dark web has the most clean media that you can ever find.
Well, I really do think if you guys can make like some like instructional, like it might sound stupid.
I'm gonna make it.
Like,
we're gonna make it this week. That's gonna be our weekly video. We do a YouTube video every week, and that will be our video this week. We made a dark web video the other day, but it really was like us trying to find what's bad about it, and we couldn't find anything. So I felt like now we need to make a video proving that it's nothing's wrong with the dark web as long as you know how to use it and you understand that there are bad parts of it.
Yeah.
But there's nothing like disgustingly bad that you didn't know already existed in the world. You know?
I'm sure that it's there, but we don't.
It's
have
just like if you want to find everything, if you want to see everything, then you need to know how to see everything.
Yeah.
And you need to be able to look on the sources that let you see everything. And the dark web, I don't even like calling it the dark web anymore. I've been trying to find the term. Like, let's go to deep web first, because that's like one of the terms already used for it. Let's go to deep web first, and then we'll try to find another term that is more appropriate. Because even that sounds scary and dark.
The sketchy parts can be the dark web.
Yeah, like, if you're looking for the bad stuff, you will find it. But, like, if you're looking for the good stuff, you'll find even more of it there than you will anywhere else.
Yeah. But
yeah, I think that instruction will be good. But, yo, I'm going to be tapping out, guys.
Yeah, we're all tapping out. Thank you guys for watching. Guys, go follow Cobra on all the social media. Links
you
in the
think,
description below. Thank you, Cobra, for hanging out, man. We're
Any,
gonna
Yo,
close it
thank
out
you
here.
for
Any
having me.
last
Yo,
words?
before I tag off, you think the Gwenwill Maxwell, I can't pronounce her name ever, but
Jelaine Maxwell.
you think she's gonna get the COVID, or you think
No,
she's
I
just gonna
think that they're gonna replace her body.
I think she's gonna die.
I think they're gonna pretend like she died or committed suicide, and they're really gonna take her out of there and send her to another country.
They're gonna wrap it up in a nice bow. Her suicide note's gonna say she was behind the whole thing and it's not a thing anymore. And then she's gonna
And then
die.
they're gonna erase it, and there's gonna be memes about it for a year, and then it's all dead.
Yeah.
It's gonna be less memes than Jeffrey Epstein because we're already used to it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked up. All right, yo, I'm out then. Until next time, stay gooch.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
We'll have you on again maybe in a couple weeks.
Thanks again and be safe, man.
Yeah, my love, guys. Out.
Well, let's schedule it. 3 weeks from now, we'll do another one of these, man.
Word,
'Cause
heard.
I really want to have you back on.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
All right, dude. Thank you for
God bless.
hanging out with us.
Yeah, hell yeah, dog.
And we'll
Thank
have
you.
all of the Cobra's links in the description below.
Yep.
That's right. 2-time.
All right, man.
Peace.
Good night, everybody that's watching.
Yep.
But we're not going to end this podcast yet. We do have to do our sign off. I am Jump on Turtles.
I'm Charlie.
And if you guys want to follow us, look in the description below. If you guys have any ideas for the next that you want us to talk about, we'll talk about anything. I did a tweet about it the other day. And Tiger King. We can talk about Tiger King. John Paul, if you go to my regular Twitter, my Jump on Turtles Twitch, not Twitter, my Jump on Turtles Twitch, and jump into Discord, message me, however you want to message me in Discord, and I definitely want to talk to you about some things, and we'll get this popping. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
I love everybody. Shout out to John Paul O'Keefe, new mod, he's kicking ass.
Taking names, and he brought up that
some really good stuff.
Yeah.
He brought some good topics to the conversation tonight. That's what I'm saying. So, shout out to everybody, man. I don't care about you liking it. I don't care about you subscribing. I just want to ask you one thing, man. Just always question everything you're questioning.
And share.
No, I don't. No, that's the other part. That's the other video. Love you guys.
All right. Peace.